You know what? I'm basically sending everything else. I might as well send some of this as well. There we go. Well, yes, hello there everyone. This is iMark3 and welcome back to Mindustry. Unplanned hiatus over Christmas, but double check, make sure my microphone is actually on. It is on. Good. Welcome back to Mindustry. Yes. Where I am shipping out sand to tar fields, apparently. And yes, ignore that cluster of massive mining ships running around. But yes, welcome back. It's been a bit, but here we are now. Must admit, I've not actually been completely absent from Ministry over Christmas time. It's just the few times I've been on it, stuff happened after my conquest of the North Pole and Santa's workshop and all that jazz. So we do have a quick recap to do, which is slightly unfortunate, but that's okay. You didn't honestly miss much, except me getting buffeted around by you guys. You guys are pretty beefy boys, aren't you? But yes. North Pole, sadly, is no longer mine. The elves revolted. They took it back. Well, not really. You remember those two bases that were next to it and it said sector under threat? Well, I was doing some idle time building up some resources and things in my sectors 223 and 85. We are in 223 right now, which I've configured into a remote supply base, which is providing a trickle of all resources to wherever I want to send them. It's just tar fields at the moment. And it got attacked. And then it lasted for like 15 waves out of a 20-wave attack. So it lasted to like wave 80-ish. And then it did something very nasty. It sent two Guardians, which the big beefy defenses in the impact zone, they flew straight past and they only took like a third of their health off. All those defenses we had in the impact zone, a third of the health of these two bosses. So they went past and then just blew everything up because they got into the power lines, they wrecked everything. My defenses just didn't hold at all. I've never faced an enemy that strong in this game. I didn't even know there were enemies that strong in this game. It was a bit of a rude awakening. And it explains why I need high-tiered defensive guns running on thorium and surge alloy and all that stuff. Oops, get out of their way. Oops. But anyway, yeah, that's why we don't have the North Pole anymore, which is a bit sad because it was providing thorium and stuff like that. But I'm using some vaults now, and this sector hasn't had a core upgrade, but we are going to be launching from actually sector 85, which has had a core upgrade, so we can do that. Look at this, we're going to launch with 21k of all this stuff into the next map. And the next map is going to be, we need to find the nuclear facility, we need to find the better drills. So I think we've got Fungal Pass, which is an enemy base. We've got Coastline, which I think is going to be our next destination. I don't think there's anything else we can need. That's locked, that's locked. Impact Zone, we don't want to go back there. That was a pretty bad map. But basically, if we take Impact Zone, we're committing ourselves to taking out at least 2 more enemy bases besides Impact Zone. So yeah, we're going to launch into Coastline. And since we've got an upgraded core, we can use the next tier 1, which is this monstrosity, which will provide me with tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 support units. Though it doesn't provide enough power for itself, I must admit that. We're also going to max it out, so we've got a buttload of resources. Haha! Whoops, just unclipped my microphone's lead. Don't mind me. Technical difficulties. Right. Okay, let's launch into Coastline and see what we have got. Bonk. And it's unlocked something. What have you unlocked? That was a unit. A bride. All fear the bride. Fires long-range artillery shells and missiles at enemy targets. Might be useful. Maybe I should start getting mobile units to help with defense and all that stuff. Yep, okay. But we'll get this set up, we'll get this map started, and then we'll see what we can roll with Ooh, there's a multiplicative deconstructor down here. And a naval factory. Oh. Oh, big boats. I see. Okay. Still looks like there's a little coal, titanium, some thorium. Pleased to see the thorium. But this might be a map where I face Navy. I'll have to find that out real quick, actually. Okay, this should do. I mean, we've got something pretty comprehensive, unusually comprehensive for me for like this early run. I normally like do one thing, then go, haha, build it up maximum power. But this time I'm actually using pneumatic drills to start out to get initial resource flow. Combined with plastinium conveyors, because I really like plastinium conveyors. They're so useful for resource extraction purposes. I mean, look at that. I deliberately left one route in to get a resource flow into my main base. Haha! Look at me being all prepared and all that stuff. Just need to get this bit up here. Yep, we got a couple of polys running around. Good. I was waiting on them, actually. So now we can go get our initial defences up. Moving on, though, we have comments on the last video. I do like to go back and do all that. But we've got a big one from Happy Afer, and then we've also got one from Clint. We'll do Clint's first. Nice, simple, easy, and much appreciated. Great vids, keep rocking. Yes, thank you, Clint, for that one. I will continue to hurl rocks at my enemies. Actually, that fits, you know? Technically, all of our modern guns and weaponry, we are throwing refined rocks at everyone, using more refined rocks to propel those rocks at high rock velocity. Metal is just refined rock. When you get down to it. Where are my polys, actually? Polys! Oh, they're too far away, really? Okay, right, you polys, you megas as well, actually. Polys, assist the player. Megas, assist the player. Look at this, megas are in default repair mode. The polys are in default assist player mode, but the limited range is an issue, and I don't like the changes they did to that. I don't like them. Which Happy Afer doesn't like either, actually. Now that I've got them to come actually help me get this stuff up, we'll have it up in time. But Happy Afer said, I don't like the new behavior of the polys either. The old version was more like less all-in-one setting, where you could do just your thing and assist with priority, but still do other stuff when not needed. Now you decide what role you prefer them to have. This limits their usefulness a bit. Thankfully, not that much. Well, actually, you saw that I had to go and grab my polys because I was out of range, so they didn't know what to do. So that's a bit of a drawback right there as well. But yeah, look, I've actually got water-cooled guns to start out. Look at the build speed, though. Very nice. Continuing. I notice you have some severe resource shortages going on there. Let me remind you, the launch pads can shoot stuff, even to sectors under attack. That is actually why I retuned that other sector I started in, to actually help me out. Like that. Got another mega good to go. And another poly, which is another 2 polys, which are just sitting around doing nothing. Come on, assist the player. Actually, no, I'll set you guys to repair. Yeah, you guys go and no, repair mode. So any damaged buildings you will help with. Good. So there is that. You can have a few factory sectors supply your current map with everything you need. No sand, send in the sand. No graphite, send graphite. No silicon, send silicon. So yeah, I've only set up one map like that, but it does supply a bit of everything. But I don't think I need it for this map. That's something I must say. Continuing. You got to wave 30 without any regular repair setup besides polys? Why did you take so long to consider setting mending up? I didn't need it. I didn't need it. My guns were more than enough to take care of everything that was being sent my way. That's why I didn't do it. Bit of an oversight, admittedly, but I was focused on building up the rest of my infrastructure rather than going with spending resources on weaponry. Okay, yeah, I was right. This is actually a naval attack map. Hello, little boats. How are you? Oh, so cute, little boaty. Yes. Taking pot shots at me. Multiple guns, but my guns are better. Ha! Take that. May sound a bit harsh, but giving your defense and repair capabilities should be one of the most basic things to do. I heard gunfire, I thought, wait, am I under attack again? No, it was just the megas doing their repair work. When a new sector, I always first build some kind of generator setup, followed by a defensive line with arcs, lancers, and many projectors. I think that's a difference in play approach. Because I love the salvos, I love the Dakar, so that's why I always go for salvos straight off the bat, even with copper. And I don't bother with a generator setup, even though I admit generator setup would set me up better in the long run, because power, repair capabilities. Did I build plastinium walls? I did. Whoops. I wanted surge walls, but I clicked the wrong thing. Ah well. At least with a couple of megas helping me build stuff, it's not that bad. So there we go. Quick and easy to fix that. Might as well take over a mega actually. So, yee, look at me. I'm a mega. Fear me. Yes, get out of my way. This can only end well, I'm sure. That alone can keep ground units at bay until wave 30. So yeah, defense line with arcs, lancers, and mending projectors. So on the hardest maps, but anything but the hardest maps, of course, some anti-air is built just behind that. That was until the Era Keir update. Now there are a few bigger units mixed in sooner, so maybe wave 30 is not quite accurate anymore. Still better than your copper shooting setup. I questioned that. Still better than my copper shooting setup. Copper's good. Hey, air units, you're not allowed yet. I have no anti-air defenses. Come back here. Come back here. Come back here. I was not expecting air on wave 2. Dead. Right, okay, I need to get anti-aircraft defenses. One moment. Let me sort that out. Really basic except for the high-tech walls, but there we go. That's done. And look, more polys decided to come and help me. How nice of you guys to do that. Anyway, last part of Happy Ava's comment. I mean, this is just on the direct route between the spawn point and there, so this will intercept anything on the current flight path, but as I build more power plants, that flight path will change, sadly. But that's how it goes. About the overdrive projectors and domes, they improve everything: conveyors, turrets, production facilities, even unit production. Only the units themselves are unaffected as far as you know. As a test, I have a blueprint with just a small solar panels and a single projector in the middle. See if they can sustain themselves and still have excess power output, and yes, they actually do. Though not that much. Haven't tried bigger ones yet. That's interesting. Okay, where is it? Overdrive projector. Boost effect of 100 plus 125% within 10 blocks. Oh no, that's the boost effect. By default, it's like 50% boost. Okay, let's try. Power. You produce 3.6. Overdrive. Well, there's not enough there. Okay. How many do I need? We must test this. We must test this. Well, well. Confirm. Wow. Even the basic overdrive projector, while it doesn't work in a low power state, that's a small drawback. But as soon as the power reached a sustainable level to power it, it suddenly kicked in, and then 50% boost to everything within range. That is very nice. I will have to try and work on those and feed them as well, because that looks like a very worthwhile thing to try and do. Also, more enemy aircrafts that are dead. Also, an enemy boat, which is dead. So, okay, right. Let's keep on rolling. We need to start building up our defenses, our infrastructure, our things. What do we need for those overdrive domes? Very low amount of phase fabric and silicon. Phase fabric, one of my favourite things to build in this game. I'll have to work that out. Okay, skip that, thank you. Let's go ahead and start trying to improve on our things. Because this is it's still doing this stuff, but it's very slow to build because it's like one producer of each thing. It's very much meant to start out, but worth noting is it doesn't actually saturate our polys and our monos because of the amount of space required to set up mega production. So this is actually inferior, I think, as an initial building zone. Might want to switch back to the other one. Just because the megas aren't that useful in what they're automated to do straight off the bat. I've been watching my resource supply and I noticed something. I am being fed by my supply base now. So I'm depending on that for my silicon, that this is temporary line will sort that out. But it doesn't come as regularly as the launch pads. It's like it builds up a certain amount over time and then I get a lump sum of what's being sent. So it's a fairly irregular kind of thing going on actually. But as soon as I get the silicon and get this stuff, the feed line sorted out, then we should be good to go and start applying silicon. Now again, I've done the same old thing, like actually having mega production on this initial setup actually chewed through the initial silicon supply pretty heavily. I was a bit surprised by how quickly it did that. So I think we'd be in a much better position if I hadn't been making megas on my initial factory block. If instead I had just gone with polys and monos, I think that would have just wound up better overall. Yeah, look at that. I just got like 700 silicon in one drop. Well, let's start tearing this stuff out. Leave the power production in, because that stuff we can use for now. Yep. Okay. I also tapped the lead line that was feeding my anti-aircraft guns, because, hey, resource production. Oh, you bombers! You are a very rude surprise. So, okay. Air units don't just go for power plants. Got to remember that they do actually just sometimes attack your factories as well, depending on what they are. Right, so I need... Yeah, I was going to leave just power plants north of here and then just do some factory stuff down here, but apparently that won't be safe. So... more defense required. Then again, we already knew that. Oh, wait, hang on. How's that coal getting there? That coal shouldn't be getting there. Wait, out of my way. I want to see what's going on. Oh, I see. Right. Do we have enough here? Maybe, maybe not. Well, we've got plenty of thorium at least. I'm just trying to connect things and do things, and maybe something will happen, but first off, let's get a surge tower. First time trying to build with surge towers as my main power relay method, and it's actually working pretty well. The rule is don't have the surge tower plugged directly into something, so you can avoid massive, unwanted long-range connections. And then just go from here locally with power nodes and get everything running. Because there's local power nodes, local power links, all that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, we've got sun coming there, we've got all going there. Power supply is doing something. Mine is, oh, massive negative. But, as you can see, we are actually currently feeding into a massive amount of phase weavers. So that's one half of the equation, trying to get overload stuff running. The other half is getting silicon, because, well, I checked with a test on the overload dome, and sadly it does require both silicon and phase fabric to get its massive boost going. Which is why I prioritize getting this over anything else, and I've just been diddling around doing that. But I do kind of need to sort out my power supply as well, because my power supply is tanking hard. And if I'm going to get boosts, then I need to have that sorted out. I just need to fix it before everything just stops completely. That might be a good idea. Might be a case of, well, that's running okay. I guess it might be a case of putting in big solars. Unless I get some titanium nearby and start running thorium generators. I do have a bit of a backlog of thorium here, I must admit. So that might be a good idea, actually. Just have to find some titanium. Oh, look, there's titanium right there. And up there as well. And next to a thorium source. And this is one drawback of using plastinium belts for things. It's you can't split things off plastinium belts as easily as you can the standard conveyors. But yeah, this looks like a good spot to try and set up for thorium power plants. Let's do that. Just get my ships out of the way and start doing stuff. Okay, this is probably not the safest thing to do. Plugging these guys in a low power situation. But we will try. Needs must when the devil vomits in your shoes. Power going. Cryofluid dropping. Come on, titanium drills. You need to power up. Okay. Cryofluid is not looking very stable, but this reactor is running. Sort of. Oh, those little bumps as it finally gets enough. Okay, fine. I'll plug in some... Nope, you guys already have water. I don't know what I'm on about. You are operational at the very least. Though your power stability is concerning. I think I'll go with my initial thought, which is get some big, beefy ones out. Like so. Just give it my base a bit of a power boost to try and get things a bit more stable. Because I don't really want to do more. Well, plug in the other ones unless I can get my cryofluid stable, which is very much not. Oh no, actually that's looking a bit healthier. You're unloading thorium, by the way. Okay. Bring on a second reactor. Boosting up. Good. Power supply climbing. Good. 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 If I'd done these one block further over, I would have been plugged straight into the surge tower and I wouldn't have needed that power connection. Right. Reactor number 3. Online. Cryofluid. Stable. Power supply. Stable. Okay, we are good. Right. Plugging in the last 2 reactors. And that is looking rock solid now. Good. I have power. Isn't that great? Though with the power, I was also working on routing some silicon this way, because you probably noticed I said I was talking about silicon, but this is actually a graphite production line. But no. But I was talking as if this was a silicon line for some reason. Don't know why. But this map is not really supplying very much. Or at least I've not really... It's not the map's fault, it's the fact that I am not really managed to get things going too well. Also, by the way, I've plugged these guys into the silicon feed because I figured, you know what, silicon needs to go where silicon needs to go. And a little boat wave. The enemies have not impressed me at all. Because that keeps happening. Wait, there's 3 enemies remaining? Where? What the heck? Are you a land force? You are a land force. What are you doing out here? I was not expecting you at all. Well, that was unexpected. Okay, I need anti-ground defense, it seems. Sure. Okay, Kaislayan, you threw me a curveball. Well done. Alright, let's start putting down some overdrives, because I've almost got the infrastructure sorted out to give them full boost. But I kind of want to get my power supplies boosted up, because they are struggling a bit. So, let's see, the first overdrive dome requires 600 power. I'm averaging about 4.8k peak. That is it, so let's boost this. 4.8k peak. Though that said, of course, got to remember this thing is actually fluctuating a lot because of the insufficient coal supply. 4. That is boosted a bit. Output's 330. Okay. What about these guys? Let's see. Let's boot the reliable guys, the thorium reactors. Let's overdrive them. Power output 900. If I click this thing into here. It's still saying power output 900, actually. Oh. The overdrive dome... Does the overdrive dome need resources to even operate? Inputs, outputs. Without that, apparently the overdrive dome doesn't operate. Okay, right, I just need to plug this stuff in. Hang on. I have a plan for this. Sort of. Maybe. And ta-da! This is my master plan. I have taken mass driver. I've loaded it equally with 1 belt of phase fabric from our big phase production plant and 1 belt of silicon being delivered by the relay all the way around the perimeter of my base. And now if I tell it to come to here, we suddenly have the boost. It is suddenly kicking up. Whoa! What? Where were we at? 825. Okay, power. 825, geez, plus 150%. So that is serious stuff. Except that, wait, why are you getting silicon? Except I've contaminated my lines. Hang on, I need to... That's it, I think I need to relay this entire thing now. I've accidentally contaminated all of my line. Blowing silicon. Well, let's be fair, it's not the silicon's fault. It's because I put the mass driver down and forgot it would automatically unload. Look at the belt go! Oh wow, look at all the speed. Very fast. Land, sea, and air. I have enough defenses, I think, to handle that, no problem. This booster is operating in a very pleasing fashion, so very good. Then, next up is this one over here, which I'll lay out in the same way. Battery connection to the overdrive generator, so that's all good. A mass driver should be in range. It is. Connect the mass driver. Then fire. 2,250 per thorium reactor. And the belts are going nuts. I like these things. I like them a lot. Look, plus 9k power. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. I really like this. Wait, doesn't it work on... It does work on these, doesn't it? It works on the guns? It does work on the guns. Oh no. Oh no, this is going to be fun. Right. I need to bounce this back this way. Just because I want to say go away to any enemies that decide to come this way with my puny silicon-filled salvos and lead-fed scatters. This is going to be fun. Oh, I can boost that anti-air position and that, and my forward guns with a single overdrive dome. Oh yes, this is good. This is very good. Okay, just need to make sure I can get that in, and we will have fun. This is me likey. Me likey very much. And I want to make sure I can relay back out that way. Okay, so you feed to this, you feed to this one, you feed back to that, you feed back up there. And now I just need to have one last thing to get that in. There we go. And these guys are now overdriven as well. I feel sorry for the enemy. In fact, I do kind of need anti-shipping in case a ship-based one comes in, so I need to boost this stuff up here as well. A couple more should do, right? Yes, a couple more should do. And the final stage of all this is, of course, connecting to a mass driver to dump into my nucleus, because end of the day, because of the nature of this, there's an imbalance in the amount of silicon versus the amount of phase fabric going through. So to maintain it, we have to maintain a steady flow of all resources going through to allow it to do this. So yeah, those overdrives are very tasty. And they are taking a very, very, very long roundabout tour of the entire map just to get all that stuff there. I should probably also include overflows for these because... Actually, why aren't you guys working? We've got some cross belts, we've got some contamination on the belt lines, which we need to sort out. Okay, that's fine. If this worked perfectly, it wouldn't be one of my games. Let's be fair. There we go, right, that's all operating good. I don't know how much thorium I'm getting versus everything else, but oh, look at that, it's just crazy. Apparently I'm producing too much. Looking at this. I think I need a bridge conveyor, like there. And then I'll feed that into the container as well. And that's just continuing to unload. So I might need to actually bleed off some thorium. In fact, I might as well bleed it off into this. So I've got thorium going through there as well. Guardian poaching in 5 waves. Very good, very good. And of course I need to make sure this thing will unload the thorium at the far end, because it isn't configured for that at the moment. Thorium. Throughput there. And that'll do. Good. I haven't mentioned I like these overdrive projectors. They are very nice. Yes, I shall tank this more. I shall do more. Oh no. I need more phase fabric, so what am I going to do? I'm going to boost the phase fabric. Because of course. Yes, go crazy. Go crazy. I love these things. Regrettably, this means I now need another driver up here just to run the rest of all this into the ground. Well, into the ground, into the sky. If I put one there, that should be good. Meltdowns are pretty loud, actually. Just wham! Murder stuff. But look at all this. I also kind of forgot that at the moment, hard maps, my tech kind of makes it so it's not very hard. Maybe it's just the overdrive drones kicking in as well, doing nasty things to them, but that's very nice. Very, very nice. Anyway, Guardian, what have we got? We've got a... I don't know what we've got. We've got a water-based Guardian, okay. In that case, just need to get some surge walls to... like here. Force it into range of the meltdowns. Which apparently aren't powered. Whoops. Okay, power. And apparently I have a problem. Yeah, apparently I have a problem. Okay, right. Where are you going? You're going this way. Okay. If you're going this way, then I'm going to do something very silly. And start melting you. Yes. Gotta admit, these meltdowns are running on just water. So that's probably part of why they're not the best. But I just need to get a water line across to feed these guys. Actually, no, I don't. Let's go ahead and just route to that one. And then I'll install a fresh pump over here for this side. Actually, I don't think these ones will be in range at all. Let's check their range on these guys. Actually, they will be in range. Okay. Along with some surge walls just to protect it. And I need to make sure that it's all got power this time. So make sure to install power linkage across the place. Can't connect all the water. So these guys don't melt themselves when they fire. And let's see how quickly we can slam all this up. In fact, let's go ahead and... Where are the other guys? The other guys are all dead, it seems like. Okay. That's right, help me get all this stuff up. Burn! Oh, the coal's on fire. Oh dear, that's not the best. It's not the worst either. I can't afford to install a tsunami. I need a wave, but I'm trying to find it. Where is the wave? Wave! Where are you? Then again, the fire's gone out because I took so long to find what I was looking for. But yeah, there we go. Right, sector captured. We have got ourselves the coastline. And the main takeaway from this map has been Overdrive is awesome. Oh, do we have a feed issue? What's going on? Nothing here. Okay. Nothing here. Okay. This one feeds from over this way. Nothing there. Okay, so something's damaged. I know it's not my power supply, because my power supply went nuts. Oh, my power supply is actually apparently not quite working. Is this the break in the line? I think it is. Yes, that you are the break in the line. Okay. All these mass drivers firing. Honestly, that was a meltdown with. I sent all my surge alloy. That was a meltdown with just water. Cryofluid. With cryofluid, these things are going to be nuts. I very much want to see what they look like, but until then, definitely want to stop because I was spending some idle time playing this before, just like getting that feeding sector upgraded because it didn't produce most of the stuff it currently does. And then I've gone into this, and I might not have this video ready for today because it depends on how long it'll take to render it. The plan was to record in the morning because I knew I had time, then release this in the afternoon, but it's already the middle of the afternoon now. It's like, how long have I been playing? I don't know. So we're going to have to call it there, though. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Look at this, an overdrive work on my silicon line. Because, of course, though it seems to be fluctuating. My power supply is slightly unstable. Overdrives with unstable power supplies, not good, to put it bluntly. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, and I'll catch you all some other time. Next up in the video rotation is either going to be another piece of Ixion, or it's going to be a Mindustry on the other planets on Erekia. This sector is under threat. Dang it. Okay, I'll have to deal with that soon. But yeah, next video is going to be either Ixion or Erekia. But yes, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps out me, helps out the channel, and gives me those virtual head pats I oh so crave. And I'll see you all some other time. Later.